everyone, welcome to my channel. Welcome to today's video. Today's video is going to be my August purchases and empties. So I'm going to be going over all of my purchases for August as well as all the things that I finished in August. So if that sounds good to you, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't yet. I would love it if you stuck around, but with all that, let's just get started. All right. So this is a series I like to do on my channel every month, usually the first Thursday of the month, and it just kind of helps me do some self-reflecting. Specifically on my purchases, I've kind of just been in a more mindful state. I'm trying not to bring too much into my collection now. I was kind of on a low buy for the first quarter, the first third of the year or so, and now I'm just trying to rein it back, no rules, but still be mindful and think about my purchases. So this helps me stay accountable. And then I also just like to talk about my empties and whether or not I think they were worth it if I would repurchase them. So I think this month, I usually switch back and forth, but I can't remember last month what I started with. So I think this month we'll do empties. Let's do empties first. I actually don't have too many empties. If you've been subscribed, if you've been watching my videos, I have been traveling. I started traveling end of July-ish, and the traveling will continue. So I just have a lot of travel products here that I'm gonna get through. Sometimes there's more, sometimes there's less, and you know, I'm not going to use product just to use product to talk about my empties. I don't want to do that. But let's just get started with hair care. So this is the Living Proof Instant Defrizzer. It's just pretty much a dry shampoo, a travel size. I don't go through dry shampoo that often, so this was a feat for me. I'm trying to use a lot more of my hair care. I really started this series for the empties specifically. That's actually what I started out as, and my intention was to get through all of my samples. I had like boxes and boxes of backups, and we're slowly but surely getting through them. The next thing I need to tackle after skincare is my hair care. So I'm starting with that. I finished a dry shampoo. I have to remind myself to use it, but it is done. Then the other hair care item I have is actually just a conditioner. The shampoo's not finished yet. I maybe have like one more use, but I couldn't push this video any longer, so it'll just have to go in the next video. This is the Redken Volume Injection Conditioner. Really nice. I have a ton of these. I still have more, so I'm leaving again in 2 days for 5 weeks. I'll be bringing more of these, and I think they're nice. I wish the conditioner was a little bit bigger than the shampoo. The shampoo's like an actual bottle, where this is a tube. So I go through this faster, and then I kind of just sub a deep conditioning mask after I run out of the conditioner while I still have the shampoo. So that's all hair care. After that, I have a little bit of skincare. So skincare, nail care, before we go into like face care, I guess. So the first thing that I have is this lotion. This is the Vince Camuto body cream. This came with one of the fragrances that I purchased during holiday time. It was the Florally, I think is how it's called. It used to be in my background when I had like my more stable background, but this I bought during holiday with that fragrance. It was 5 fluid ounces and it was nice. Just trying to get through my stuff. I don't really love a fragranced body lotion. I don't find it very hydrating. I find that the purpose of these is to more just add another layer of fragrance, and I'd rather just use a body cream that's actually hydrating. So I got through it at least. It's out of my collection. Happy about that. And then 2 Cuticle nail oil creams, both by Anchor and Heart. These are the vitamin C cuticle oil pens, so I just use these on my nails. I'm trying to get better. I'm actually like growing my nails out. I can't believe it. My nails have not been this long in a long time. My nail broke, my thumbnail broke, but it's okay. We're going back. So you have to use cuticle oil if you want your nails to grow, if you want to take care of them. So I've been getting through them. I have Perfect Pistachio and Mallow Scotch. Both really nice. Anchor and Heart is my go-to for these cuticle pens. I won't be repurchasing cuticle pens. I have still quite a few in backup, only because I go through them so fast. Like one of these, if I'm actually using it every day, will last me maybe a week. So I'd rather just get the bottle and have it last longer because it's just a lot of extra packaging for no reason. Like I said, there really wasn't that much this month. Let's go over fragrance. While I was traveling, I decided I didn't want to bring a full-size fragrance. I do have my Project Pan fragrance that I'm working on. And then I decided to just bring a bunch of my little mini travel sample sets and get through some of those. So let's see, what do I have? I have the Valentino Born in Roma Intense. This one was okay, but I talked about the Coral Fantasy one in my last empties, and I like that one much better. I have the Georgio Armani C Passion. This one's really nice. I actually have a full size of the C, not the Passion line, but just the original one. So I don't need that. I have a Coco Mademoiselle Chanel, also already own this fragrance, so I don't need to purchase a new one. It's all right, I like it. It's a classic fragrance. Then this is Estee Lauder, I have Beautiful Magnolia. This is very floral, bordering on old lady. I do like a floral scent. I like teetering on like that old lady scent, but this is a little too powdery floral for my taste, so I would not purchase a full size. And then the Guerlain Oud Nude. Did not like this at all. Probably my least favorite out of all of them. So those were all the fragrances I had. And then I have some skincare, and then we have makeup. So for skincare, I have a cleanser. This is the Korres Foaming Cream Cleanser. I've talked about this multiple times. It is my favorite cleanser that I've tried. I will continue to repurchase this. I have more of these in my backup, so I'll use them up, but I just love a cream cleanser and I love it when it foams, so that's why this is my favorite. I finished up a travel size of the Paula's Choice Exfoliate. This is a BHA kind of toner. I recently finished up my full size of this, and I saw that I had a little travel one, so I just packed it with me, used it, finished it up. It wasn't full when I brought it in. It was maybe up to here, and it lasted me a good 6 weeks. So I will absolutely repurchase this. I do have other exfoliating toners in my backup, so I need to get through those first before I do. But the Paula's Choice one probably will be the one that I repurchase. And then just a deluxe sample of the Clinique Dramatically Different Moisturizing Lotion. I mean, I used to think Clinique was like the shit to have when I was in my early 20s, like the best of the best skincare. Now, you know, it's okay, but I don't love it. For the price, it's actually decently priced if you are looking for something that's not drugstore, but I think the CeraVe drugstore moisturizer is much better than this. This is just a little bit too thick, but not hydrating. So that's what I just don't like about this. It doesn't sink in right away. My skin still felt thirsty after this. So I would not repurchase it, but I have gone through multiple bottles of those in my lifetime, let me tell you. Now, as far as makeup, I have 3 things for makeup. I have this Strivectin Primer. This is the Anti-Wrinkle Line Blur Perfector. And I loved this. I actually, like the first or second time I used this, I put it on my loves list for Ulta. I plan on purchasing a full size of this once I get through a little bit more of my primers. It was just nice, pore blurring, silicone-y, everything that I want in a pore blurring primer. I found it a little bit more moisturizing than the Benefit Professional. I really like this a lot. Like instantly, I loved it. So I do plan on repurchasing that. And then the last thing I have to talk about before going over my purchases is I finished 2 brow pencils. So I finished one and then I went into my drawers to pull up a backup brow pencil and I saw that I had one not in a box. So I was like, okay, well, let me work on this one before I pull one out of the box. And it was pretty much empty. It had like just a teeny tiny bit left. So I just finished it up. It took me like a week of use to get it used up. But I mean, you can see like there's nothing left in either of these. So I wore them down all the way. I use the shade medium brown in the Brow Wiz. And these are the first brow pencils, let me just say, that I haven't broken the spoolie off of. I don't know how that happened, but every other time I've broken the spoolie off of these, so that makes me very happy that that didn't happen, because that is a pain. When it happens, then I have to like bring a travel spoolie with me. So, you know, I finished one. It takes me a while to get through these, but the other one was kind of a gimme. Like I said, it had like a week of use in it, so I just kind of finished it off, and then I will pull in a brand new one. But those are all my empties. Pretty quick, easy, simple. Usually I have a lot more because I just have all my things with me, but I found that I kind of was using maybe a little bit less, not as much as I would on a normal day-to-day basis. But let's now go over my purchases. I bought 3 things. So the first thing is kind of like my souvenir from Cyprus. I bought the NYX Buttermelt Bronzer in the shade 2. I've been wanting this for a really long time, and makeup for me is, I get like attachments to makeup when I buy them in special places. So that's kind of why I limited myself to one purchase in Cyprus for makeup, and it was this bronzer. So now this is just the bronzer that I will think of about my month in Cyprus. I'm probably going to go back later on in the rest of the year, but for now it'll be a reminder of that summer. I have tried and used this already, and it is as pigmented as everyone says. I got, like I said, the shade 2, and I'm finding it almost like a little bit, it's not that it's too dark, it's just there's so much to distribute in it. Like you really just need to like boop your brush in. So I'm still kind of playing around with this. I don't necessarily love how loosely pressed it is in the pan and how much it picks up when I use it, but it does smell good, and I'm happy to finally try this product out. I'm not very interested in the blushes. I saw the blushes in store, and I just don't think they're my style, so I'm going to pass on the blushes. Then my other 2 purchases are 2 palettes. So I picked up 2. I picked up the Glaminatrix Cosmetics Barely Basic, and then I picked up the Blend Bunny Longing palette. Let's talk about the Glaminatrix first. So let me just open this up here. This is what it looks like. This is the palette I'm actually wearing on my eyes today. I will be doing a video with this palette. Of course, everything that I'm wearing is listed down in the description box. I am very happy that I picked this up though. I knew immediately that I needed it, and then testing it out actually just solidified this. This is everything that I wanted in a palette. I'm overall very happy. I have not been able to reach into the Blend Bunny yet because I was doing my looks for the Glaminatrix. This is next on my list though. And excitingly, this is my first Blend Bunny palette. So it's not new. It's been out for, you know, a minute now, but here's what it looks like. I was on the fence about this because I've been wanting to get a Blend Bunny palette for so long, but none of the color stories really spoke to me. They're really just colorful. This one came out and then I was like, ooh, I love it. But then I was like, no, I don't know if I'm going to get my use out of it. It's very dark up here or right here. But then I saw Brittany Ray do a video and her looks were so pretty that I was like, you know what? I'm going to take a chance on it. Maybe push myself out of my comfort zone. There's some really pretty shimmers in here. So I'm going to give it a shot. I will be doing a video that'll be coming up soon. Just trying and testing this palette, even though it's not the newest palette around. Hopefully you're still interested in just seeing some inspiration. I am very excited to be trying this palette. I don't think I did too bad of a job this month. You know, I had a budget and I stuck to it. I didn't pick too much up. My wish list is getting longer though as the months go by of just trying to reel myself in. The wish list gets longer because I'm not picking everything up. So that's a little bit difficult, and I'm not sure how I'm going to manage that go forward. I've kind of been able to look at my list and maybe take some things off now that they're a little bit older. I'm deciding like, okay, I don't really want that palette, but there are some times where I feel like I missed out. Like I mentioned in my last video, I wanted to pick up the Simply Posh Cosmetics Coastal palette, but I didn't get that one quick enough. It sold out on the European version indie site where they sell that. So I either need to pick it up in the US and wait until November for that palette, or see if they restock it. I don't know if they will. So because I am trying to not buy things like right on launch, sometimes I miss out, and that's like, it's becoming a little bit difficult for me. There's some other examples of just that happening. Like the Natasha Denona just came out with her I Need a Warm palette, which it's not sold out, but I don't want to be picking up that palette since I'm going to be leaving soon and I won't be here to receive it. So it's kind of like, well, that palette will be around for a while, so I don't need to get it right away. But also then, like, is it still going to be exciting in the next 6 weeks? And I need to not think about just the YouTube videos I can do, because you can kind of fall into that trap of buying things just to make a video. I do really like that palette, but it would be nice if it kind of did both, right? If I like the palette, but I could also do a video, which there's nothing stopping me from doing a video, just the views might not be as good, which is what I debate with on whether it's worth it or not. So that's just kind of like what's going on in my brain. I do think I'm improving though. I think I'm getting better at just being a little bit more analytical with my purchases and not just straight emotion, straight impulse. So that's where I'm at with my journey. I'd love to hear down below where you're at with your just makeup consumption journey. If you're trying to lower your purchases, if you're trying to be more mindful and fall into this underconsumption trend that's happening while still trying new things, let me know your secrets down below if you have any. But this is all that I have for you today. All my purchases, all my empties for the month of August. I hope you're having a great one, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, everyone.